WhiteRa. Definitely, I guess he just pretty much equalized on that push. He could have done a lot better, but he was kind of out of position here. But I think WhiteRa does have the income momentum. Yeah, the income for WhiteRa is 4 times the Terran players right now. And that Immortal getting sniped out again, but there are 4 Archons on the map right now, and I don't see any more Ghosts in production. There are 2 Ghosts on the map, so like I said that I thought those not having Ghosts is going to bite him in that battle. It definitely did, because he was able to get tons of Psystorm off on it. And here come the mighty Archons trying to deal with the rest of this force, but I think that the Terran player is actually going to be able to secure this base with the rest of this force right here. And WhiteRa trying to mop up the rest of these high battle cruisers. Sorry, I wasn't really able to pay attention to this. I was kind of looking at everything else that happened, but it looks like that a couple of battle cruisers were getting sniped out there, and none in production. There's only 1 left on the field, and like a bajillion barracks here. This is ridiculous right now, how many barracks there are in this base. And WhiteRa pretty much going a Stalker High Templar army at this point. He doesn't really have all that many resources. Like I said, this is pretty much the only mining base left, aside from the top 2. There are some minerals here as well, and this one was just recently destroyed by those battle cruisers. I think the Terran player is in a pretty comfortable position right now. Well, not comfortable because the game is just epically crazy right now, but he does have the mining advantage, I think. And here come the Stalkers with a nice shift blink move right there, and taking out the rest of these missile turrets, and probably going to be able to snipe out this orbital command as well before he is able to lose any units. But right now these Stalkers are pretty committed to this position, and here comes the Scout Stalker to try to see where the Terran force is, but it looks like WhiteRa is committed to, no, he is going to try to just take out this orbital command and run away if at all possible. If I were the Terran player, I would have tried to cut off the Stalkers right there, but I guess that is what he's trying to do. He is able to get quite a few of the Stalkers there, and even another one right there, so able to get tons of Stalkers. That Observer very well placed to try to get another Storm on there, and that sad little High Templar does go down, but not really sure. I think that was probably worth it for WhiteRa. He lost about half his Stalker army there, but he was able to take out that expansion, which at this point of the game, taking out any expansion is going to be absolutely crucial. And it seems like right here, sorry I missed this again, there's just so much going on right now. Both these players are just doing dual prong attacks everywhere, so it looks like this expansion was taken out as well. Looks like by a drop. And here comes RoxKisBratOk going for the north position. I think he might be trying to go for, he's feeling good. He might be seeing a win opportunity right now, so he's going across. There really isn't all that much for WhiteRa. I mean, the army size is vastly superior in the Terran's favor, and those Colossus are going to be able to barely scurry away, but those medevacs do have the sight, so they actually, one does go down there, and a missed storm opportunity there, but WhiteRa still trying to keep the pressure, and again with this dual prong attack, but I don't think that WhiteRa really has enough to deal with this. Some nice placed storms right there, but the Colossi and the High Templar do go down. More Colossus. WhiteRa is committing to Colossus right now against this force, so let's see how he's going to be able to do. A couple of High Templars and Colossus left here, and those units are so weak and not really very much energy for those medevacs at all. But sadly for WhiteRa, he's not going to be able to make these Colossus in time. I think maybe one might come out, but that's not going to be enough to deal with that force. Here come actually 2 Colossus. They are going to be able to secure this position. Wow, very close right now. WhiteRa had 1 Colossus pumping in there. He probably canceled it, so going to be able to warp in another pylon and start producing these Colossus one more time. And here comes Roxas not giving up the expansion. And oh my god, these forces are going in to take on one of WhiteRa's last remaining mining expansions. And here are some High Templar to try to deal with this. I think he might be able to, because I don't think Roxas is really paying attention. He is paying attention right now and trying to secure his other expansions. So I think that this position is going to be able to be defended, but there really aren't that many minerals left. And WhiteRa again going for this expansion, and it has just not really been that mined out, and unluckily for him, he has been dedicating so much of his force to this position, but there really hasn't been that much to deal with it. And I'm not really sure why this position isn't very well saturated. A couple of probes just sitting here as well. I mean, there is so much going on for both of these players. APM in the lower 100s for WhiteRa, so gone up pretty decently since the mid game, but I think the Terran player just has tons of momentum right now. He definitely has the army advantage and the income advantage as well. That income is like 6 times the amount of WhiteRa's right now. So if WhiteRa is going to be able to eke out a victory, that would just be like some Hail Mary play, and this would be definitely one of the most epic matches of StarCraft 2 to date. And let's see what happens right now. Here's the Terran Army, Marine Marauder, Medevac, Ghost, pretty standard for this ground force. And I think that a bread and butter strategy is going to be able to secure him the win this time around. This expansion going down, not really anything there, but he was able to take out the Nexus and a couple of production facilities. If I were WhiteRa, I would try to do everything I can to get probes into this mining expansion, because it's really kind of 1-to-1 right now. A couple of SCVs here, and this is going to go down. Here are the clutch cloaked ghosts that have been just owning this game. A couple of more High Templar, and are we going to see an EMP going off right here? No, EMP does go down, and those High Templars go down as well. A couple of High Templars in the back. Are they going to be able to snipe out any more of this force? I don't think so. Maybe a Psystorm does go down there. Another Psystorm and a couple of Marines and Marauders do go down there, actually, but this Nexus is sniped out, so not really anything left for WhiteRa there either. But this base with a couple of minerals left, not going to be able to be saturated anytime soon. The Terran player RoxKisBratOk has done a great job of denying WhiteRa this expansion for the entire game. WhiteRa has only really been able to mine out half of it, which is a pretty significant portion. I would like to mention that WhiteRa did try to do the same thing here, but RoxKis was just not committing his force, because I think he was worried about getting this expansion kind of wiped out repeatedly, just as he was trying to do to WhiteRa in the 12 o'clock position. And so now some photon cannons going up to try to avoid any kind of dropships, but well-placed dropship will still be able to take out this force here. And that is what we are going to see. Dropships are coming in on this island, and they are flying right now. Only a couple of photon cannons to deal with this, so I don't think there's going to be able to be enough. Is there going to be some kind of warp-in? No, there is no warp-in, and here comes the Terran Force dropping in, Starship Troopers going in, and there is the GG WhiteRa with the TT sad face. Oh no, duck load. Okay, so that is pretty much the game. That was epically intense. It was just great to see PvT, one of my favorite matchups, because Ghosts and High Templar are just so micro-intensive, trying to deal with who has the faster trigger finger, and I think this game it was RoxKisBratOk. He was able to use those Ghost stealth very well, and WhiteRa definitely did have some clutch positions, especially up here with those High Templar that definitely kept him going in the game for a long time, but RoxKis was able to actually out-micro the Protoss player, which is surprising considering the jump start advantage that WhiteRa actually had. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you had liked this game or have watched my videos before and like my commentating, please subscribe so you will know whenever I post a new video. So yeah, thank you guys, and stay tuned for the next episode of Mazeesports.